Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another exciting Lullaby Bedtime stories. I am so happy you're here. I am so happy you came to be a part and listen to the wonderful Lullaby Bedtime stories from the Bible. Tonight's story is entitled God Test Abraham's Faith. Wow! God tests Abraham's faith. Isaac is all grown up now. He's growing up to be a very handsome young man. He's growing up. And Abraham and Sarah is so excited, and they love him so much. After all, they waited for 25 years for God to bless them with Isaac, which means laughter. But he was so worth waiting for, boys and girls. He was so worth waiting for. He and Abraham did almost everything together. My goodness. They went fishing, they probably went hunting, and they went for long walks, and they talked. And Abraham taught Isaac how to do manly things. And they just had a really, really blast together. And, but one day, God decided to test Abraham's faith. And he told Abraham that he must offer Isaac, his only son, as a sacrifice. Abraham's heart was broken. His heart was so broken. But his faith in God was so strong and complete and unwavering. So without question, early the next morning, Abraham got up. He woke up Isaac, and he told Isaac that they had to go to Mount Horeb, and they had to do a sacrifice for God. And so Abraham prepared everything. He didn't tell Sarah the nuts and bolts about what he was going to do, because he knows she would have freaked out and she would have had a meltdown. So he didn't want that, so he kept that between him, just him and God. And so off they went to the mountain to do the sacrifice. And they got to the mountain, and Abraham put Isaac on the altar and put the wood under the altar and did everything he was supposed to do. And he lifted his knife in the air, and he was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac. And suddenly, an angel of the Lord called out to him from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham!" And Abraham said, "Here am I." Don't lay a hand on the boy, the angel said. "Now I know," the angel of the Lord said, now I know that you fear me. You fear God. You fear God. Now I know you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son. Now I know that you love me with all your heart, for you would be willing to give up your own son, your only son. Abraham looked up, and there was a ram he saw it, and he looked and saw a ram caught in the thickets. His horns were caught in the thicket of a bush. He went over, he took the ram, and he sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called that place, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide. And you might have heard some people say El Shaddai. But God, the Lord will provide. The angel of the Lord called again to Abraham from heaven a second time. He said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand of the seashores. And not only that, Abraham, your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies. And through your offspring, all nations of the earth will be blessed. Because you, Abraham, obeyed me. Boys and girls, isn't that a wonderful story of how God tested Abraham's faith? Abraham obeyed God because he believed in God with all his heart. He had faith in God. He trusted God. He knew that the same God that gave him Isaac, that he had to wait on for 25 years. He's 100 years old when Isaac is born. His wife, Sarah, is 90. If God can do this, God can do anything. That's what Abraham believed. He believed that God could do anything. Anything, boys and girls. God can do anything. Anything. He's a great God. He's an awesome God. He can do anything. Abraham was willing to give God back what God had given him, which was Isaac. And Abraham knew, he knew that God is a promise-keeping God. He keeps all of his promises, every last one of them. Every last one of them. And sometimes God tests us. Sometimes God tests us to see if if we love him enough, that we fear him enough and love him enough to obey him. It's just like your mommy and your daddy. You obey your mommy and your daddy because you love them. You want to please them. You love your mommy and your daddy. And you obey them because you believe that they love you and that they have your best interests at heart. Thank you for being with me tonight, boys and girls. Thank you so very much for being with me for Lullaby Bedtime Stories. Join me again as we listen to the wonderful stories of the Bible. Thank you, boys and girls. I pray that God will bless you, that he will keep you, is my prayer, and protect you from all hurt, harm, and danger and evil in Jesus' name. Love you, boys and girls. Remember, the Lord loves you. He loves you. God bless. Bye-bye now.